around me try to put pressure on me to drink alcohol?
Well, I know Nancy Reagan's response was just say no. But that's easier said than done. Nancy Reagan was 70 years old when she said that, so she didn't have that peer pressure. But today, young people do have the peer pressure, not only coming from your classmates, but you've got the peer pressure coming from advertising. You've got peer pressure coming from products that are in the grocery store that are going to take your body out of balance. And so when you look at the lives of your friends, and this is what I did as a young person, when they were asking me these questions like, well, come on, do this, come and do this, come and do this, why don't you do this? I'm thinking to myself, I don't want to end up like you. I don't want my life to be like you. I don't want to be flunking out of school. I don't want to be getting into fights. I don't want to be getting somebody pregnant. I don't want to be thrown out of school and all of these things. So what I have to do is decide what I want for myself. And I'm going to say to them, you know, for that's not my future. That's not what I want. You know, you get to have your choice. Please allow me my choice. So allow them their free choice. You know, if you want to go do that, that's your choice. But for me, I'm going on a better route. I have a future that I'm looking forward to. And if I make good plans now, I can realize that future. But if I make bad plans and bad choices now, I'm going to have a bad future. And I don't want that for me, and I don't want that for my family. So just say no is part of it. But the response that I would give is, you know, I'm glad you're enjoying yourself and you do what you like to do. Allow me the choice now to make my decisions of what I want to do. And I'll pray for you. That's how I would leave it. But then the better choices that we make, the easier it is to make more of them. Sometimes it's real hard to make that first choice, to stand up and say that for the first time. But as you learn to express yourself, as you learn to get across your ideas, it becomes easier and easier. But it's not easy at first. It's kind of unnerving. You got butterflies, but God always helps those butterflies fly in formation. And so I find that the first couple of times, it may be hard to tell them, you know, I don't want to go that way. I don't want to end up that way. But then, as you keep saying it, practice, you know, just stand in front of the mirror and look at yourself and say, no thanks, you're free to go and do what you like to do, but that's not for me. And if you keep practicing that in the mirror and see yourself doing it, then when the event happens, it might be easier to just actually say it. And maybe have a planned response that you also want to say. Maybe there's a Bible verse that you want to use, or maybe C. Everett Koop has written William Bennett written a great book about morals and standards. He was Secretary of Education in the White House, and that's an excellent book to go through for young people. William Bennett's book about that, and he gives you some thoughts and ideas to share with young people when they try to lure you off the right trail.
You mentioned a Bible verse. Do you have one in mind that I could read and think about?
For me, I would probably use 1 Corinthians 10:13. I'd say, you know, that's a real temptation, and I think I would like to do that. But God in 1 Corinthians 10:13, that with every temptation, He'd provide a way of escape. So I'm going to take the way of escape right now. And I'm going to pass on what your offer is. The way of escape has been provided, and I'm going to take that.
Thank you.
Paul, what do I do when